So I'm an advocate for education, and in this video, we're gonna kind of address some of the concerns that people do have because I talk and I rely heavily on the coin market. It doesn't matter the overall health of the market. I like talking about it because we begin to see trends. All right, the trends can be your friend till the end if you allow it to. I know some of you have probably heard that saying before, but when it comes to being able to list and sell your coins, your product, your this, your that, you have full control. You have full 100% control of the execution of your listing and your store and your eBay presence in general. Now, there are people that just don't really care about eBay, and that's all fine and well. But I wanted to take the opportunity for the folks that do care and do want to succeed in reselling on eBay, especially during economic turbulence that we're facing right now with inflation and just everything going on in the world. All right. You can still be successful during these times of need. All right. Another thing that another X factor that's kind of affecting the market. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Yeah, I've seen the market retrace like it's supposed to. Keywords, supposed to. Customarily, we weren't living in a pandemic situation where everybody was home, people were getting government money, they were buying, and then reinvesting and then reselling. That's not typical. All right, the typical for the coin market and the coin market specifically, and you could probably parallel a few other collectibles in there, sports cards the same way, is that it's all seasonal, it's all cyclical. During this time of year, summertime, kind of like in that end of May going all the way to September period of the year, we generally see a little bit less interest in the overall coin market. Now, that could be construed in a couple different ways. From the seller side, people kind of throttle back a little bit, all right, which I'm going to let you guys know why that's a big mistake. And most people that are successful, they do the things that other people don't do, all right? And that's how they become successful. But when it comes to the market, you have to look at it this way. You're either going to be the person that's going to put it out there, and with eBay, it's all about presence and then follow through and execution. You sell the products, you ship it within 1 or 2 days, whatever your commitment time is, and then you go ahead and get that puppy out, and then you go ahead and send out feedback, all right? And then you proceed like a normal business. All the while, you have to make sure that you get as many listings as you can. So I'm gonna be kind of the guinea pig in all this. I'm gonna show you what I'm doing. You're obviously gonna see what I sell. So this is my username here. That's been my username since 2007, since I've had this account. Now I've had 2 accounts. The first account that I've had since like 1999. All right, don't have anymore because someone had essentially stolen that account. This was before eBay took security and privacy seriously. Someone had hacked into my account and had done all sorts of great stuff. Most importantly, they stole my bank information and all that great stuff. So eBay customer support said, okay, we're going to go ahead and close your account, and we suggest that you open up a new one. And that's what I did. All right, and I've done really well since. So I have 855 total listings, okay? You're going to see here on the left-hand side under categories, these are the main categories I specialize in. You're going to see that I don't dabble in, maybe clothing or shoes or, perfumes and consumer goods. I don't do any of that stuff. I've always done a lot of the collectible type of items. Okay, stuff that fits under that umbrella, so to speak. But yeah, 855. I think at the most I've had about 1,000, and that's kind of like my personal goal and sweet spot is to be around 1,000. I was down as low at the beginning of the year. I was down to about maybe 300 to 400 listings, and I'm going to be at 1,000 before the end of the summer. Okay, that's my immediate goal. And as long as you're an eBay user and you're selling, you do know that you get a few hundred free listings. All right, I wasn't sure if you guys are aware of that, but you get a few hundred free listings, kind of like the baseline listings without the extra added bonuses, anything like that. And that's all you could ask for. All right, but what you want to do is utilize every single bit of that couple hundred free listings. Okay, you want to make sure you crank it out and use it because it's free. Once you get to that point where it's not free anymore, you get to that 251st listing, it's going to end up costing you 30 cents. You know, one might cost you $1, maybe because of like duration of sale. But you want to be able to utilize every bit of the 200 plus free listings that you are offered to as an eBay seller. All right. So, 855 listings. I do have auctions on here. All right. But predominantly, most of them are the buy it now, fixed price listing type stuff. And you'll see that it's mostly sports cards. All right. And I can tell you this right now, without a shadow of a doubt, sports cards is quiet right now. All right. And it's not like I'm asking an overly ridiculous amount of money for the sports cards. I'm just not. They're all within the market. It's just sports cards, now that we're entering this kind of normalcy phase of the collectibles market, we expect to see slowdowns across the board on all sports cards. Okay, it's not until you get into like fall time when people are ready to go for football, basketball starting back up, you have baseball playoffs. I would have to say the one shining light on all of my listings on my account have been predominantly baseball. All right, because we are in baseball season right now. It's going through the whole summertime. And that has been a constant, regular type. Now, there are a few coins sprinkled in there. As a matter of fact, we're going to just kind of drill down here by category. Coins and paper money, which is what you guys are most interested in. This is what I have. All right. I only have 11 listings. I think I got up as high as around 50 sometime this year and had sold out of a lot of inventory. But you're going to see that I have, kind of a lower end array of coins. I can honestly tell you, like this 2021 Crown Die Chip at $114. I can't even believe that's still there. But again, that might be a little sign of the times, Things are indeed a little bit quiet on the numismatics market front. In spite of what you're going to hear on like my MMR or my Pocket Change Market Report, I could tell you from my personal point of view, the coin market is a little bit more quiet than it has been the last 2 years. Okay. So yeah, you guys are not imagining things because I have a lot of guys, like Steve Boyd. I know you're out there, buddy. You have a few coins for sale too. They're just not moving. And that's okay because that's the standard cyclical pattern of where not only the coin market, but the collectibles market is sitting in. It's supposed to be slow during the summer. So I'm not going to bullshit you or anything like that. It is what it is. And this is what they call normalcy. All right. So I have a few really interesting pieces. On here, it's not for a lack of trying. That's for sure. And, it's some pretty interesting stuff. A lot of collectible grade type stuff, but you'll see that I don't have anything over $1,000. I sold my last couple items that were over $1,000 right around March. I just haven't put up any cents, all right? Because compared to setting up a listing for a sports card compared to a coin, there was a lot more work that goes into prepping a coin listing, okay? The photography is, of course, the biggest thing. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the photography. So we have my 2021 Washington Crossing to Delaware Large Crown Die Chip error. All right, so let's go ahead and click on that. You'll notice that the main subject here is, or the main listing photo is a close-up of the error. All right, but like I always said, you want to accompany things like this with full obverse and reverse images as well for every single coin listing. That is 100% a must. It must be done 100% of the time. If you do not put down, or if you do not take really good, decent photos of a full obverse and full reverse of your coin, I'm telling you, you're going to be leaving a lot on the table, because this is going to be something that people, that collectors, that coin people care about. They want to see the whole coin, and in as best of an image as you could do. A lot of the photography with my coins, believe it or not, is done on the iPhone. All right, it's been a fantastic piece of hardware. Aside from going on the internet and surfing, social media, believe it or not, the newer phones have really exceptional photography gear on there. And this is, ladies and gentlemen, just one type of thing that you could take advantage of without having to go and buy that fancy camera, or having to buy complex lighting systems and things like that. You can literally use your smartphone device and take these images expertly, cleanly, clearly, and that's what collectors want. Now, I'm showing you all of my listings that haven't sold, okay? Again, it comes out to 11. So far this month, I think I've sold like 5 or 6 coin items. Now, granted, I only have about, 10 to 15 at any given time. Again, not for a lack of trying. I'm just a little bit lazy about posting more coin items because the photography takes up a lot of time. I'm kind of a speed lister by trade. And what that means is I like to take less than 2 minutes to photograph, to crop, do all sorts of editing, list the coin, and be done with it, or the card, or the item, or whatever it is. I generally don't like to spend any more than 2 minutes, but with the coins, it takes longer than that. And seeing as how I have a little bit of downtime to do that, because it's summertime. What else are you gonna do? You might as well gear up for the fall season, in which the numismatics interest begins to come back to a level that I think we're all used to seeing, which is quite busy, quite interest-driven type of market. All right. So I have other interesting things like this clogged dies. I don't think they really call it a clogged dies error. It's something else. I think Ken Potter had given this a particular name because it's a different animal altogether. But I have one of these in here. They're generally really good sellers, especially for nicer examples. I got this major misaligned dies quarter right here. I got some currency. And I also have graded and ungraded items. Nothing wrong with that. But you'll see that I have a pretty respectable type of list of coins that are available for buy it now. For auction, I do have a few coins that I have on 7-day list. And this might give you a little insight as to what's selling and what's not. So the first couple, I have a 1998 Lincoln Cent and a 2000 Lincoln Cent, both wide AMs. Both are kind of like that low BU condition, kind of like a mid-state 62, 63. Nothing big, but you're going to find that if you go online and you look at completed sales, you're going to see that a vast majority of both of these type of varieties are being sold are in less than stellar shape. Okay, some of them have pitting, damage, staining. Some of them are just plain circulated, and they still manage to sell for between $10 and $20. So these two are what I feel like are some of the better looking examples that you will come across in the market today. See, I mean, you know, again, it's not a mid-state 65 or 66. It's not going to blow you away in terms of grade-wise, but these are fantastic coins. Again, take notice. Full obverse, full reverse pictures, and then one relevant close-up. The close-up is what I use for the main picture of the listing. So if you're going through all the coin category for U.S. coins, and you come across these, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see the relevant close-up thumbnails of these particular varieties. And then just kind of take note of what else I have. So these I just posted yesterday, and they each have one bid. I would venture to guess that they're from the same buyer. All right, so they're probably looking to maybe just have a couple really good examples of that variety. This one right here actually is a relist. No one bought this the first time around, and I did a 7-day auction. 1957D BIE die chip error. As you can see, it's got a really nice close-up image there. I also have this 2021 Lincoln cent with a strike through right on the jacket. And you know, see, I'm selling them for what I'm willing to let them go for. So if someone buys it and they only put in one bid and no one else puts bids in there, I'm okay with that, all right? Because that is the value I perceive that at based off of the research that I've done in advance before I elected to say $10 is what I'm going to do on this one. That's always important. Make sure you're doing all of the relevant research, finding out how much these coins have sold for before you list them. So that way you pinpoint an accurate market value on them. When you price something that's well too high for what it is, then you know you're probably not going to sell it. Okay? Because people are not dumb anymore. People are actually looking on completed sales from the last 90 days. They're jumping on 130 point. They're jumping on worth point. And these are all sites where you could go back and look at historical pricing data of eBay sales. And they're doing their homework. All right. So you can't really, I can't do this one at say $99.99 because it's just not justified. Okay. It's not a justifiable market value for what I consider to be a relatively minor error. All right. And of course, I have this one here too, 55S BIE die chip. It's a relist. No one ended up biting on that one. And it's a really spectacular example too. So that's what I think, of course. I think they look spectacular. And people that collect into BIE die chips are collecting them by progression, by state. These are all attributed on a website called cudsoncoins.com. And people are actually finding premier, beautiful BU examples of these die chips and putting together a full set of them. So I'm throwing these on here. They're very niche. Someone will bid on them eventually, but if it doesn't sell in 7 days, it's okay. I'll go ahead and relist it and then continue on. So I'll just continually relist, and it is free to relist. So those are the coins. You know, I suppose if we were going to look at all of my listings, not just coins. Here you go. So, you know, sports cards, the same thing. I have a full front picture of the card and a full reverse picture of the card. You know, sometimes you'll want to come in and take close-ups of the edges and corners. You know, maybe take a close-up of the serial number if that's appropriate. You know, but make sure you get pictures of everything that you're selling of that one item. If you're selling something like, say, a U.S. Mint product that has multiple bits and pieces, certificate of authenticity, if it has like a 3-part box, take a picture of the box separately from the coins. You know, do things, be a completionist, all right? And then you should be in good shape. So, yeah, I mean, this is really a video of kind of like identifying areas where a lot of people tend to kind of drop the ball on. Photography, market adjustment of the pricing is very important. You know, you can't charge 2021 prices today on the same coins because it's not justified. All right. The market was completely different 1 year ago where people were paying honestly about 20-25% more for all collectibles, and we're not in that place any longer. So we've obviously seen a little bit of a normal pricing pattern with everything going on right now. You need to adapt with it. When you don't adapt with it and you're continuously hammering in these ridiculous prices, you're not going to be successful at selling any of this stuff. And it's going to frustrate the crap out of you, and you're going to want to get away from it. You're going to want to just, I don't want to sell on eBay. It's too much of a hassle. It's too much brain damage. And people are like that, and that's fine, because this is a full-fledged business. You get a tax form at the end of the year. This is something that, again, you probably should do your quarterly estimated taxes anyways on your sales. And go about your business that way, and it will be successful. Then you'll see the money roll in, and you'll have profit, realize then you can do a lot of things that you weren't able to do before, But if coins is your thing and you're looking to excel in it, take some of the advice that I'm giving you about what makes this super successful, and you guys will be doing just fine. If you don't do it, then, you might be leaving a lot. You might be leaving a whole lot on the table, and that will again affect your mind and your wellness. At the end of the day, I don't want that for any of you. So that's why I wanted to talk about in this video a little bit of a eBay market update. The market's a little bit slow, but take this time during the summer, during this slow time, to prep for fall time, because it's always going to go up. It always does. Back when we were in a normal pricing pattern, the market always goes up right around the first week of October. People are back in business, baby, in the coin market all the way up till March, April. And it's a good time to be in the hobby if you're not. Time to do some cherry picking, finding some marquee items to add to your store, and then just go ahead and capitalizing on it, selling them. Sell it. Don't keep any inventory. Don't grow an emotional attachment to any of it, because at the end of the day, the emotional attachment doesn't pay the bills. All right. It doesn't account for vacations or, things of that nature. So that's going to go ahead and do it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I appreciate you guys as always. I'm your host, Sean, with BlueRidgeSilverhound. You guys have a wonderful day. Best of luck on your eBay sales. If you have questions, post them below. I will most certainly read them, and we'll go from there. All right, you guys take care. Love you guys, and have a pleasant day. See ya.